national flag hangs limpid up mast. The whole of our nation yearns for the past. The two we remember, the men who stood strong, that would rise to the fight when freedom went wrong. And I said, oh, what's going on? Nation, eroded by time, with its crushed population just towing the line. They're malnourished with poisons and brought up on lies. They wave foreign banners as the patriots die. I said, oh, what's going on?
That was a good start, wasn't it? Well, good evening, everybody. Sorry it's a little bit late and a little bit delayed. And I just thought I'd pop on and see how everybody is. And also to show that I'm still alive and I haven't been arrested or anything like that. Because you never do can tell nowadays, can you? So I've had a bit of a busy weekend. And yeah. I've been doing the little one's bedroom for the last couple of days, so it's all finished now by the carpet, which is coming to be fitted in a couple of days' time. So I just thought, pop on, see how you all are. I know it's late at night. I'm not expecting a lot of people to be here and in the chat or watching or anything. I just thought it's just a sort of, in the world that we live in at the moment, especially this country that we live in at the moment, it's wise everybody now and again to just pop on and say hello so everybody knows I'm still alive. Hello, Leave My Rights Alone. Good evening. And hello, Ollie. Good evening. How do you do, Gobster? I'm all right. Well, I'm knackered. I'm not going to lie. I'm aching a bit. But I just thought I'd sort of pop on for sort of like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes just to make sure everybody's okay. And as I said, reassert the fact that I haven't been arrested or anything like that because you never damn tell, can you? Atarix, welcome, good evening. Hello, Mr. Knox of the North. Hello. Oh, I just watched your comedy stick, mate. Very good. Very good indeed. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Thanks for sharing. I'll show you I haven't answered on thing. I've literally hardly touched anything over the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. Not been on much about anything, really. It's just seized moments, shall we say. So I could just go over a few things that have happened and I've missed. Obviously, apparently there's now peace in the Middle East. Well, there's a ceasefire in any case. No worries, mate. More than welcome. Hello, Sandra Duckworth. Hanging on by a thread, ain't we all? Hello, Herman the Tosser. How you all doing? Yeah, so apparently there's a ceasefire in Gaza. And Labour, I think it was Bridget Phillips. No, yeah, I think it was Bridget Phillipson who came on live TV and tried to take credit for the fact that the Labour government had something to do with it. That Britain had taken a part in it all goes to shit in a handbasket again. But at least it's a decent step forward. Although, of course, it didn't stop. It didn't stop anyone protesting. They still went ahead and protested because it was never about Palestine anyway. So anyone who believes that those marches were about, freeing Palestine and all that road of rubbish, you know, come on, let's be brutally honest. It was all about hatred, pure and simple, pure and simple. We froze? No, I think we're still going. No, it looks like everything's running. Here's a joke originally from Runcorn. It's a rough town. If you want to know how rough, Jehovah's Witnesses knock on the door and tell you to fuck off. Nice one. Yeah. So that's going. Labour tried to take credit for that. Hello, Sharon. Welcome. As I said, I'm not going to be on too long tonight. It's just that, I haven't done anything over the weekend. I was going to do something on Saturday, but I ended up carrying on and getting the bedroom almost finished, and now it is finished. It's just been a bit knackering, to say the least. And I've got my dressing gown on because, I've got the tatties, dirties t-shirt on underneath. And also, it's getting that time of year where the shed starts to get really, really cold. So I have to wrap up now. And I'm sure it'll be this, and next will be a hat. I've got a sleeping bag down here to put over my legs because it gets very, very cold in here. So there's that. So there's the Gazan thing, which we'll wait and see how that pans out. What else was there? Oh yeah, the Canterbury Cathedral, that really old, ancient religious building, now covered in graffiti because apparently that's going to welcome diverse people in. I mean, last year they had a disco in there, rave in there, but now it's all covered in graffiti because somehow that helps. It's just, well, it's Christianity, isn't it? Let's be honest, it doesn't really matter whether the whites are the most oppressed people in this country, and if you are Christians on that, you know what I mean? We're the worst of the worst. That boiled my piss, Gobster. It boiled my piss as well, my friend. It really did. What is the point? I mean, to desecrate a holy area. I mean, can you imagine if they did that for a mosque? Somebody went into a mosque and spray painted it all over with graffiti, because that'll welcome people in. Yes, I think you're right. Leave my rights alone. Well, I think we are. Starting off to Egypt to sign a peace treaty, even though the whole process had fuck all to do with him. Well, of course. Hello, John Johnson. Good evening. Yeah, well, as I said, the opening thing, they tried to take credit for it, like they're really important, and that they're not. And we all know this, but those Labour will just literally sit and lie to you right to your face and not care. Hello, Eastlyn. Welcome. Wouldn't have it, would it? No, exactly. Wouldn't happen, my friend. It really wouldn't. Moss Road tonight, 2 a.m. Hush location. Yeah, yeah. Imagine that. But of course, it's okay to desecrate a Christian cathedral because diversity. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And then, of course, there's the digital ID stuff keeps on rumbling by, as it does, and keeps on getting worse every minute of the day. I just thought it was, isn't it great that Starmer is the best person to get off script? Because once he gets off script, he screws himself over. So it'll be interesting to see that. But of course, the new border thing is also coming to effect now in Europe, which is being blamed on the hello Sadako evening, which is being blamed on the hello Hachi. I've just got in. Well done, sir. Well done. It's not going to be a long one tonight. It's just I haven't done anything over the weekend, and nowadays people worry that I could have had a knock at the door. We have Biden Democrats here. The writers are stupid. Yeah, we certainly do have stupid one people. I've lost my track of thought now because that coffee was nice. I spent from the 2nd July and September in China with my Chinese national wife and son. Apologies, I missed what you posted, Mr. Joe. No need to apologise. No need to apologise. Never, ever apologise for anything. You miss something. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. They had a beer festival in St. Henry Cathedral. I think the district's way to treat these ancient buildings. Absolutely true. Tony Blair is back, cool. Well, didn't the peace deal? And they went, we don't want. I mean, you know how bad you are if Palestinian Gazan people don't want you anything to do with what you're doing. So it's all good fun. Make this make sense. I think we should have very. I've given up saying that because nothing makes sense anymore. Absolutely nothing. It matters to me. Well, then, sorry. You went to a place where you couldn't catch up. Well, it is China after all. It's hardly surprising. Although it is, it's a place that I would actually like to go and visit one day. I'll probably enjoy the freedoms that I get compared to living in here. So Tony Blair was going to be the interim leader of Gaza, and they basically said they don't want him. So, I mean, it gets that bad. You know, yeah, it does say a lot. It really does, Ollie. It says a lot when, even the Palestinians go, Tony Blair, it's a bit rich for us, mate. Bit rich for us. Nah, I don't want him. You can have him back. We don't want him. It says a lot. It really does say a lot. It's just madness. What else have we had? We had a local school in Birmingham getting raided by masked youths with knives and baseball bats, and caused the school to have a lockdown. And then the school didn't bother telling the parents until about 6 hours after it had happened. But nothing to worry about. And then we had some people stabbed in a college, which of course the left are really, really loving that because apparently it was a white guy. So there you go. It's amazing. Hamas doesn't want you helping them. Well, yeah, exactly. 216,000 year cycle has ended, a new cycle is starting, and why everything is crazy. Possibly. Halloween is due, the tiny Tony the Tiger at Westminster toilet is concerned poor chap will end up in the urinal. Good point. You can get the YouTube X and Facey out there, but you need an app to use it out there. It's too expensive. Understood. What is your personal opinion? Hello, Peter Parker. What's your personal opinion of West Midlands police? The same as every other police. They're not focusing on what they need to do, and they're too busy doing what most police forces are doing, which is chasing hurty words over the internet. Which again is another reason why I'm doing this, because no one's heard from me for a weekend. And some people might think it's West Midlands Police giving me a knock on the door. I also hear, apparently, that some of the Met Police are going to go on strike for extra pay. I didn't think the police could strike, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Starmer's planning to rebuild Gaza and invest money there. He can't afford to rebuild the country. Mind you, then again, I suppose that would make sense. Because he's fucked this country over, so he might as well go and build a new one. It wouldn't surprise me at all. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Really wouldn't. Oh yeah, don't forget to like, folks. Strike. Yeah, apparently, some of the brainy detectives and 999 callers apparently are not getting enough money down in London. So apparently they're talking about going on strike on the 5th of November. I mean, that would make sense. They don't do fucking. Well, I agree. They don't. Well, they do. It's a lot of hard work to go and knock on somebody's door and tell them off for a bad tweet, especially about 2 o'clock in the morning. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Met in Hebrew means dead, explains to Met Police. Yeah, amen to that, bah. Amen to that. It's absolutely right. Perfect fit. Oh dear me. So yeah, apparently they're talking about striking. It's amazing how when you take a few days off, everything goes to shit in a handbasket. Well, fun for the robbers, lol. Be careful. I know. It's Well, I mean, let's be honest, they don't do anything else. I mean, if anything gets robbed, I mean, they just said earlier, last week, I think it was, that if you get your bike nicked, they're not going to be bothered to turning up to that now. Locking up mothers for tweets, locking up everybody for tweets. John Johnson, what's your opinion on the new Green leader? I think the new Green leader is an absolute raving lunatic, absolutely insane moron. But then again, in the world that we live in at the moment, he probably end up being the most sanest of us all. Well, the thing is, let's be honest, the Greens have never had a decent leader in any case, but he literally is cuckoo, absolutely raving madness. My personal opinion of Westminster Police, I dated a girl from Redditch in 2005. Sister was married to a police officer. I generally like the service, similar to Cheshire and Merseyside Police. It's cool. Absolutely cool. 5th of November. Yeah, 5th of November, protest in London. There you go. But in all seriousness, that's quite serious. If police are going on strike, that's the. Are they going on strike for money, or are they going on strike because maybe they're realising they're on the wrong side of history? Makes you think, doesn't it? Really, makes me think. Everything makes me think. Although recently, all I can see is Stitch and Angel. The daughter's had a Stitch and Angel bedroom, and it's got a pattern, but it's like 2 days of it being in my face. That's all I can see now. Every time I close my eyes. Do we need the equaliser God to help us? Anything could help us at the moment. Absolutely anything could help us. I live next door to an inspector for 20 years, growing up. Best bloke I know to this day. Yep, good question. Don't get me wrong. There are, as I said, as I've mentioned before, I know a few people who are in the police force. And some people said, "Oh, you shouldn't be friends with them." Well, I served with them in the military, and now they're in the police. So, yeah. And there are some good ones. It's just, unfortunately, it's the higher-ups have been infested with the woke left off a mind virus. I don't know what the hell has happened to the police. It's the leadership. The leadership has been infested by the woke mind virus. They're all insane. They're all raving lunatics. And a lot of the police really don't like what's happening. But it's very, very different to difficult things to do. Why are all the protests in London? Why not protests on the M25? Don't know. Good question. November the 5th PM question time. Stop Starmer. Yep. The police have always likened to sharks. You see the police, it's always crappy. Yep, that's true. About a year ago, Miss Hamas took hostages, murdered and raped. Yep, 2 years ago now. Anyone realise they're attacking everything at every level? Yep, absolutely, Hatchet. It's a systematic system attack. Complete. Everything. Nailing everything. Remember, it's not long now. Well, it wouldn't be even less time to the budget because it was supposed to happen the end of this month, but now it's happening the end of next month. And apparently they're going to use Nigel Farage and Brexit as a reason to blame for the massive tax increases that they're going to spack on us. Because, of course, Brexit is the great blamer of everything. And, so remembering what I said, V for Vendetta. Yeah, Evening Choker's Muppet. V for Vendetta, great film. Who thought it'd be true? We had bad police, corrupt government always. Bigger divisions would not be as corrupt. Yep, absolutely agree. But yeah, V for Vendetta is one of my favourite films. And you can see a lot of that. In it, just, as I'm a sci-fi fan, who'd have thought all these post-apocalyptic visions of the future that sci-fi put out ended up being true. V for Vendetta, Demolition Man. Who'd have thought that would be pretty accurate? Being thought crimes. I mean, we're not going to 1984, but a lot of these films are like, you sit there and you're thinking, shit, they guess that right. Just hope they don't go Soylent Green on us all. I'm going to say this as it's true. I love your channel. You speak a lot of sense. All right, I'm going to shut up now. Well, thank you, Mr. Knox. And, I forgot to say, I've got it back there. It says 10,000. It's gone past that now. I now have 11,000 subs, and I'm just blown away by the whole bloody lot of it. It's just doosh. Absolutely mental. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So, so Brexit's going to get blamed for our tax increases. Of course it is. Brexit's getting blamed for the new system where you have to have your face picture taken, your fingerprints and your passport if you go to Europe. Well, that's because Brexit, but it's only certain countries. If you're travelling from Poland into Portugal, now you got to do the same. It's all madness. I always look out for number 23. It's on a good film, true. Good work. Does it well? Well, it's all you lot. You know. Be quiet or it's the blue mat, lol. Hi, Seiko Jeff. Welcome. Brilliant film. Yep, true. Catholic writers speak of the Grey Wolf, neither black or white. Yeah, the Grey Wolf. Absolutely. Bit like the Grey Jedi, isn't it? Hello, Dave. See you. Oh, Captain Gobby. How you doing, mate? I hope that new song's coming along. For anyone who doesn't know, Dave Thomas just popped up in the chat. He's the musician that does the music on my intros. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, I've said future is Soylent Green. Don't even go Soylent Green. And if anyone hasn't watched Soylent Green, I won't ruin it, but go and watch it. Because it's a it's a classic film, but B, yeah. So hey, Gobby, my keyboard is fucked. Bit like my back and my knees at the moment. B for Vendetta, great, absolute class film. Soylent ending is so true. We're eating ourselves McDonald's. You know, it could possible. Any requests? Dave, whatever you want to smack out, mate. Genuinely. I love it's Dave's one of these musicians who doesn't get the yeah, Dave has got a channel. I like Dave's music. I genuinely do. It's folksy. I like that kind of folksy music and the things he sings about. If you listen to his lyrics, man, absolutely awesome. As you can tell, it's the song introduces the live stream, and it's one of his songs that does the intro to my actual videos. It's absolutely awesome. It's where Green Day get their name from. Yep, absolutely. Leave my rights. There's no way out of this together. Unbelievable. Absolutely true. Now, in a very rare, in Birmingham today, I've just found out because as I said, I've been upstairs doing decorating. I haven't been anywhere near anything. There was an anti-digital ID protest in Birmingham, and it had everyone: white, black, Asians, Muslims, Christians, Jews, everyone. There was about 1,000 people there, not many, but they were there. And thanks for sharing that, Ollie. But they were all protesting, everybody together. That's the only way we can win this. People are waking up big time. It's been doing this since 2000. Yes, it's red pill time for a lot of people, isn't it? It really is. I've just gone back to start running at once to catch up. Yes, see if that gives up you're catching up. Hello, Annie Moose. Welcome. Labour to put tax up to 40-year-old cars wouldn't surprise me at all. I think tax is going to go up for the cars all over the place. Get ready for paper mile. That's coming. Middle class is now getting full on Miliband right at the rear. Yeah, wakey. Everybody's waking up. Nice one, mate. Nice one. The channel that's just been shared. That's you sound like more. Perhaps it's digital IDs will be the things that unite us. Dave, I do believe it is. It is the only thing that they've done which has been universally condemned by everyone. And I did say this when it came out. Digital IDs is the biggest existential threat to our freedoms ever. So we need to put aside all our differences and come together as one big and say no or fuck off. We don't want them. And we all need to come together. Really, really do. Red pill, I've gone purple. Yeah. Soylent Green is people. Yes, it is. David Icke was told in the 1990s and 70s years, everybody will be talking about this halfway there. You're absolutely right. David Icke was one of these people who were vilified and made to look like a raving lunatic, when in reality, he wasn't wrong on quite a lot of things, was he? Just shows you. Which tax do you less want to go up? I don't want any of them to go up. Fucking taxed enough. Jesus Christ. You know, it comes to something when you worry about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, one big human family. Absolutely. David Icke ain't mad. No, he ain't. On the button, that bloke. Yeah, but if you look at when David Icke started talking about stuff, how he was treated. We are talking about this before David Icke. Yeah, well, everybody. I mean, the thing is, a lot of people could see these things, and it sort of happening, and eventually it starts to become a jigsaw puzzle, doesn't it? And now it's a big one. Logan's Run. Oh, Cream Virus. Love the handle. And yes, great film, Logan's Run. I'd be dead now if it was Logan's Run. My little crystal would have gone in my hand by now, and I'd have ascended up into the. Yeah, that's something good. Anyone else notices there's a lack of adverts for things, cars, food, board games, furniture, it's all life insurance, funeral plans. You're absolutely right, Mr. Knox. You're absolutely right. There does seem to be a lot of insurance and, death stuff. You know, pure cremations is the big one, which I love the way they go. Pure cremations. It's a respected service. Well, aren't they all? But you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, they made out he was bonkers. They did, and it worked for a lot of time. When I was growing up, I thought, what a lunatic. But now, I'll take it back. Jordan Maxwell certainly was. Love thy neighbour. Unfortunately, most don't. Wakey, wakey, wake him. You see, it's like me. I only live in a little road. I think there's 20 houses. There is 20 houses on my road, and I know everyone because when I moved in here, Mrs. G lived here before I got here. When I moved in with Mrs. G, one of the first things I did was I went around and introduced myself to all my neighbours. It frightened a lot of them, but we all talk now. We all look after each other because that's the secret to it all. David Icke's Godhead stuff was brilliant. A bit daft though. Look, everybody's like has their moments, but the thing is with David Icke is you look at all the stuff like that, and people are lizards and that, and you think it's still cookie. But then again, is it? Because he's been right about a lot of other things. That's what's more scary. What happens if he's actually genuinely right? If you're wondering, I'm keeping an eye on my CCTV. I'm going to keep an eye on the time as well because I can't stay too long. Discord ID data is so bad, but let's go dig. Yeah, absolutely. John Johnson was astrology and astrology. Yep. Have your 7 chakras? Top one is Godhead, all knowing. There you go. You see, when it comes to David Icke, I can't now dismiss anything because when you look at all the shit he's got right, you know what I mean. You look at all my neighbours in the middle class village who are all liberal woke twats. Well, fortunately, next door to me, that side, am I pointing the right way on the camera? Yeah, it's that side. And they both of them are brickies, so they're good lads. So we've got no problem. What you just said, change. You start very locally. Look after thy neighbours. Absolutely. Look after our neighbours. Especially when they're older. What goes on bucket planets? No one dares take a look. That's an interesting thing. Jordan Maxwell. Yep. Have you now decided to fully back reform? No. I haven't decided to back at all. I'll be honest. I still have massive issues with the Conservatives 2.0. No, even though they're talking a good game. No, I'm not sure. Genuinely, I'm not sure. I've had 2 glasses of whiskey, 6 glasses of wine, 2 beers of vodka. I'm still sober. I don't understand why the alcohol should have started kicking my ass by now. Perhaps it's one of those days. It'll do it when you try to go upstairs to bed. It'll knock your legs out. David says shapeshifter because he can't say Jews lot. Oh, well, that's an interesting. I never thought of that, Ben. We just did, though, didn't we? Oops. Yeah, exactly. Oh dear. So I'm trying to catch up with all the stuff that's going up because I don't always get all the. In case you're wondering, I have to have my iPad running there because sometimes the chat that appears in the live chat here isn't what's on the thing. Let's try and catch up on here. Right, we're catching up now. I'm catching up now. Reforms in the Tory party, wakey wakey. Yeah, I don't. No, even though if there was an election tomorrow, they're gonna win. The party's full of people who've jumped ship. So you've got a party full of people who are supposed to be the new reform and the new leadership, and it's full of the same people who got us in the shit in the first place. So no, I'm sorry, but I just can't. If you're filling your party with people who were the original problem in the first place, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. You can't not read all the chat, Gobby. Nobody's. I try not to because it's great now. I mean, considering this is a chat where I'm actually going to be knocking it on the head shortly because I need to go and get myself sorted out to get to bed because I'm absolutely shattered. I've got 57 people watching, and that is absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Again, I'm blown away by people. Only one spider can destroy the spider web. Wink, wink. This is true. Rupert Lowe is the man. I agree. I like Rupert Lowe. I really genuinely do. Yep, I agree. Never trust a pillish. Bob Ollie said, absolutely. A Jew will be whoever you want to shapeshifter. Good point. The nukes, yeah, they are. Reforming the nukes. Reforming the, yeah, pretty much the Nuke Service Party. But as I said, if you fill your party up with people who have been the problem in the first place, you're not going to get anything different. Just a different coloured tie. As I say, now there's no left right on English, correct? Absolutely. Spark saying, sorry, Spark, I'll be going soon as well. As I said, the whole idea of this stream was just to pop on because of the world we live in, just to make sure everybody's good. Hello, Undead Master. Hello, you're doing well. I hope you're all doing well. I hope everything's going great because it sure is here. At the moment, anyway, I'm knackered. I'm dead on my feet. But from 10,000, I've jumped to 11,000 subs, which is just mind blown. It genuinely is. You're absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Lowe cares about the people. Yep, Lowe not only cares about his people, you know something else he cares about? The country. He cares about his flag and he cares about his country. If they need a saviour, we'll provide one, said someone. That's very true. Very, very true. I was in a pub around the corner from me this Thursday. There's a girl from Wolverhampton working there. As you know, I find the black country accent on a girl to be molten gold. Yeah, it's quite nice, isn't it? It really is. For me, it's I know it sounds really, really weird. I love the Yorkshire accent. Absolutely. Absolutely. How about reasons to drink there now, in there now? Yeah. Knock yourself out. Cares about his guns too, lol. This is true. Right then. A female spider usually eats about one once you get past his birthday. Oh, this is true. Right then. What's the time? It's now coming to 20 to midnight. So, I think it's about time to knock this one on the head. As it's getting late, I definitely need to go and have a drink, another drink, and I'm knackered. Yeah, I'm good. Just giving up smoking. Just had a cig already in my body, telling me it was a mistake. Yeah, no to digital ID. Caught up, went to tweet. Nice one, well done. Right then, right. I'm going to bring. Ow! I just hit the mic. That hurt. Thank you so much for joining me on this quick impromptu stream. Again, you lot have been absolutely awesome in the chat as always. You've been absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for the people who popped on here just for a bit. I will try next week to get another couple of decent live streams in. Because again, I like the live streams for the fact that we can interact and you lot can talk to each other. Absolutely, you know, it's the best way. I'm thinking of bringing back, trying to get a regular Inn of Corrections back and get the pub going again. Thank you for all your support. It literally means so much to me. I just cannot believe where I am sub-wise. It's just made it, it's just unbelievable. You've all been awesome. Oh, God, excuse me. Bit of wind. Oh, man, I am absolutely knackered. Yes, that's it. Please hit like, share. Well, it says up there, like, share, subscribe. You've just been brilliant as always. I shall look forward to catching you in the next one, whatever that may be. Some more videos will be coming in the rest of the week. And with that, I'm going to go. So, until the next one.
It was not part of their blood. It came to them very late, with long arrears to make good when the English began to hate. They were not easily moved. They were icy, willing to wait, till every count should be proved, ere the English began to hate. Their voices were even and low, their eyes were level and straight. There was neither sign nor show when the English began to hate. It was not preached to the crowd, it was not taught by the state. No man spoke it aloud when the English began to hate. It was not suddenly bred, it will not swiftly abate. Through the chilled years ahead, when time shall count from the date that the English began to hate.